Those type of styles, if they are too tight, can break your hair. Pay attention to your hair only. And untwisting and retwisting and untwisting and retwisting it. Yo, that is a madness on your hair, you know. So sometimes you're raking through your hair and that's why your hair is breaking off and you're wondering why you got shedding and got breakage. Hi guys, Kelsey Kurls here. Welcome back to my channel. So if you read the title of this video, this is my natural hair mistakes. So let's just get into the video. So the first mistake all naturals make is being inconsistent. Because it is quite new for most of us to be on a natural hair journey, being inconsistent is probably something that we have all gone through. Not knowing if this works, not knowing if that works, trying a couple different things and it not quite working, and inconsistency happens. Second mistake that most of us naturals make is not knowing the importance of a healthy scalp. Healthy scalp equals healthy hair. If your scalp is overloaded with too many nutrients, doesn't have enough nutrients, is dry, is brittle, your hair will not grow at its optimal level. Another way that you can help promote healthy hair and healthy hair growth is giving yourself scalp massages. It helps circulate the blood, which then helps promote healthy hair growth. My third natural hair mistake is using too much heat. You got your hair to a certain level where it is now long enough for you to be able to blow dry, straighten, if you want to try some different styles, but you are straightening your hair too much, adding too much heat, and now your hair is no longer as healthy as you once wanted it to be, and it is now got heat damage. My fourth natural hair mistake is wearing protective styles that are too tight. Because it's the winter time, most of us are rocking protective styles such as box braids, cane rows, twists, free strand twists, bantu knots if you can have that type of style when in your workplace or whatever the case may be. Those type of styles, if they are too tight, can break your hair. It can break the hair around the perimeter of your hairs and your edges, and it can actually just break your hair because you're intertwining your hair too tightly to the point where it just snaps off. Fifth natural hair mistake is giving up on products too quickly. Sometimes you might need to give a product another chance, use it in a different way. Maybe you didn't even read the instructions on the bottle that it works better with the products in that particular range, for example, or it works better with heat. A lot of us just try it a couple times, like it's not working for me, and you keep doing the same thing and then you throw it away. You need to try it in a couple different ways with a couple different other products that might work better with it. If it still doesn't work, then what can I say? But if you give up on that particular product too quickly, I believe that is a mistake. My sixth mistake is having hair envy. I already mentioned this in one of my other videos, paying attention to other people's hair, seeing people's hair going from this short to this long in a matter of a year, couple months, and you being envious of that. Pay attention to your hair and your hair only. Pay attention to how your hair grows and only how your hair grows only. Obviously, other people, they might have similar hair textures to you. I might have a similar hair texture to you right now. My hair is obviously twisted up right now. Like I said, it's the winter time. Protective styles all day during the winter. I'm not unraveling my hair right now. Can't be bothered to do it. That's it. So I might have a similar hair texture to you, for example. You shouldn't be envious of my hair. You should just want to get your hair as healthy as possible, and you will have the growth, the optimal growth in your hair. My seventh natural hair mistake, being impatient with your hair. This goes hand in hand with the last thing I just mentioned, having hair envy and just obviously comparing your hair to other people's hair, being impatient with your hair. Yeah. Sometimes you need to go through certain things when it comes to your hair. Your scalp might not be at its most healthy level. That's why your hair's not growing. And you just being very impatient, expecting it to grow as fast as the next person or anyone else you know. Pay attention to your hair only. Don't worry about what anyone else's hair is saying. Pay attention to your hair. Be patient with your hair. That's it. Mistake number 8, trimming your hair too regularly. Obviously, paying attention to other people talking about they need to cut their hair every 3 months or every 6 months. You need to trim your hair when you need to trim your hair, not when anyone else needs to tell you when you need to trim your hair. If your hair is not growing and you trim your hair every 3 months and you trim your hair every 3 fucking months, your hair is not going to grow, obviously. If your hair grows a lot slower than a lot of other people, but it's still healthy, the ends are still healthy, why are you trimming your hair? Don't trim it. Trim it when you need to, when it looks like it needs to be trimmed, when the edges are all higgledy-piggledy like that, like it's a mess. Nah, then you trim it then. But don't trim it just because it's been 3 months. Trim it when you need to. Sometimes you might need to trim it earlier, sometimes you might need to trim it a bit later. Pay attention to what you need to do when it comes to your hair. Mistake number 9 goes hand in hand with the last mistake I just mentioned, not trimming your hair enough. Like I said, trim it when you need to. Trim your ends. Trim them when you need to. Not when anyone else tells you need to, not in 3 months. But if you need to trim your ends, trim them. Mistake number 10, manipulating your hair too much. Sometimes you gotta just let your hair be. It's not every day twist and untwisting and retwisting and untwisting and retwisting and untwisting and Yo, that is a madness on your hair, you know. Sometimes people's hair can't handle all of that retwist and twist and retwist and twist and shampoo and no, that's too much. Sometimes you gotta let your hair be. Let your hair be, bro. Let your hair be. Stop with all of this extraness. Let it be sometimes. Let your hair breathe. Mistake number 11, adding too much protein treatment or using protein treatments too much. If you use too much protein in your hair and on your scalp, you can have something called a protein overload, which then makes your hair very stringy and limp and prone to breakage, which obviously is a mistake. A lot of us thinking, oh yeah, protein will help my hair. Sometimes you got to ease off the protein, you know. When you start seeing your hair, you pull your hair and it's mad, like it's got a bounce to it, but it's too, you got to leave it. Stop all the protein treatments every week or every month. Sometimes you got to do it every 6 weeks. Sometimes you got to switch it up, like pay attention. Next mistake, not moisturizing your edges. If you re-moisturize your edges, they're less prone to breakage. Simple as that. Next mistake goes hand in hand with the whole edges thing and lack of moisture, not moisturizing your ends enough. If you have ends that are a little bit dry, you need to re-moisturize them a little bit more. So obviously they're not so prone to breakage. My next mistake is being too aggressive when it comes to your detangling process. I am so guilty of this. I am guilty of this. Sometimes, most natural girls, we have a wash day. That is a long process, super long process. When you get to the detangling process, it's just long. You want to hurry this up. So sometimes you're raking through your hair. Sometimes you're not taking your time with your hair. And that's why your hair is breaking off and you're wondering why you got shedding and got breakage. That's a mistake you make. Take your time when it comes to your detangling process. You're going to save so much more hair. You're going to have so much less breakage if you just take your time. The last natural hair mistake I could think of was not switching up your hairstyles. What I mean by that is doing too many wash and goes can cause breakage. Doing too many twist outs can cause breakage. Doing too many braid outs can cause breakage. If you twist out your hair sometimes, switch it up, then wash and go your hair, switch it up, then braid out your hair. Sometimes you might need to then leave your hair. Like, you can't do too much of one thing because it's just going to cause breakage. Let me just be dead real. Because if you do too many wash and goes, what's going to happen is you're going to have single strand knots like I have right now. If you do too many twist outs and you're actually twisting out your hair, not just leaving it in twist like this, then it's going to cause breakage because it's too much manipulation on your hair. Same with the braid out, same with the bantu knots, all of that. It's going to cause too much manipulation. Sometimes you just need to switch it up or just leave your hair. Just let it be. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you know exactly when I post my videos. And like I always say, Be the best version of you can be unapologetically you. I hope you got something productive done today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.